Hey, it's me, Triple G, and welcome back to another video. Today we are finally getting into some makeup. I am so excited to finally be showing a makeup video. I've actually have recorded like 2 makeup videos, and each of them have had some technical difficulties, sadly. So let's get right into the video. So first and foremost, I would like to get into moisturizing. Actually, before moisturizing, please make sure you're starting with a clean face. You do not want to put makeup on. Any like grime that you might have on your skin throughout the day, you want to start with a clean canvas. The makeup will apply more smoothly and also will prevent from inflaming any acne you may have or causing more acne and just breakouts in general. So please start with a clean canvas. So once your face is clean, we are going to move right into moisturizer. The moisturizer I have been using lately and that I love is the Clinique Moisture Surge. Make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, the Clinique Moisture Surge. I love this moisturizer because I naturally have a lot of like oily skin in my nose area, and sometimes a too thick of a moisturizer will cause more oiliness than I already am like getting naturally, and I do not like that. So I'm going to apply a little bit, not too much. Make sure you can see that. Not too much, because usually gel moisturizers go a long way, so you don't really need to apply too much of that on your skin. So we're going to put that. Do not be rough with your skin, guys. Be nice with your skin. So once you are moisturized, the next step would be going into sunscreen. And I really should talk about how important sunscreen is, guys. Especially in the summertime, no matter your skin tone, please wear sunscreen. It protects your skin. Sunscreen I am using today is by Mary Kay. This is SPF 30. Like I said, I typically recommend, oh my bad guys, I typically recommend SPF 50, but I've ran out, sadly, and I am waiting for that specific brand to come back in stock. I usually don't like putting too much. I accidentally squirted a little too much, but that's okay. We're just gonna rub it into our hands really nice and apply all over the face. So after you have applied your sunscreen, if you have like a creamier sunscreen like I did, like I just said before, creamier substances usually make me a little more oily than I already am, and we do not want that. So a tip that I like to do is take your little powder puff, and if you have like some translucent powder, this one is by Juvia's Place. I am holding it upside down, my bad, y'all. This one is by Juvia's Place. Or if you just have some regular pressed powder, this one is by Maybelline Fit Me. That is nice for matting your moisturizer and sunscreen down so it doesn't add oiliness or extra shine to your foundation later. So I'm gonna go in and do that really fast. So now that we have applied some powder on top of our moisturizer and sunscreen, I would like to move on to eyebrows. The eyebrow pencil that I will be using today is by Fenty Beauty. This is my favorite eyebrow pencil right now. The color, the way that it glides on, it's just it's perfect for me personally. And this is in the color brown black. Oh, and before I go into that, make sure when you're putting on your powder on top of your sunscreen slash moisturizer, make sure you get that on your eyebrows as well, because the moisturizer and sunscreen can make your eyebrows slick, and it can make the product of your eyebrow pencil not go on like how you need it to. Sometimes it won't even show up at all if it's too slick. So make sure you do that, guys. And now we're going to get into concealing our brows. You know, don't stress too much about getting your eyebrows 100% perfect before you conceal, unless you're going for a specific look. Like if you wanted to go more natural and you didn't want to use concealer, I would go about my eyebrows a little differently than I did right now, but I want a full brow on today. So we are using LA Girl Pro LA Girl concealer. This is in the shade Beautiful Brown or Beautiful Bronze. And I love this color for my eyebrows because sometimes I don't want like an extremely popping brow like with a lighter concealer. So I'll go in with a concealer that's my skin tone to carve out, but not have like the highlight around the brows. So we're gonna go into this real quick. I am using a angled brush, or sometimes some people just use the tip of this. I don't like doing that per se because I like precision and I like getting the specific spot. I'm sorry, I already have the makeup on here. If this will focus. Yes, angle brush. A smaller one at that. I don't like a big, thick, fluffy one. I like it like narrow and precise. So I'm gonna go and carve out my brows and I'll be right back. And now that we are done with our brows, next I would like to go into even toning / color correction. When you want to cover up like hyperpigmentation or like acne scars or anything like any darker spots on your face, that is what orange color correction is for. And if you have a foundation that goes a little warmer, that can help you out with that. So today I am just going to use the same concealer in the same color that I did for my eyebrows because it's really close to my natural skin tone, and I'm just gonna go in and conceal a little bit of my hyperpigmentation or any acne scars that I might have, just so we can get like a smooth canvas for the foundation. You don't have to do this. This is just something I like to do personally. And to blend that out, I will be using my foundation brush. These are all the brushes, pretty much all the brushes you will see me use today is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collection. This is the foundation brush. I love the foundation brush in this collection because it's soft, but not too soft. And it's stiff, but not too stiff. I know it's like really picky, but I hate it when there's foundation brushes that are too soft, almost like a powder brush, like this brush right here. You see how it's really soft and fluffy? That's great for powder, but not great for foundation in my opinion. I like something a little stiffer because it helps give more of that bounce like you see me doing now. That is the best way to blend out foundation in a bouncing motion, whether you're using a brush or a beauty blender. It helps prevent streaking from like the bristles on the brush, and it just gives you the most coverage in my opinion and makes it more even. So now that we are done blending in our concealer for even toning, we're gonna go into foundation. The foundation I am using today is by NARS. This is the Natural Radiant foundation. I've recently started using this foundation and I love this foundation. I love how it looks on my skin, and I'll get more into like the shine and all that later, but let's go ahead and blend in our foundation. I put 4 pumps to start off with. That might be too much, but we are going to see. And now that we are done blending in our foundation, I am gonna go into concealing under my eyes. Before we do that, I would like to explain about my foundation. As I was saying earlier, my foundation is more on the warmer, orangier side than my natural skin tone. So typically, like if I was doing a look where I wouldn't be doing concealer, I would go in with that same setting powder by Juvia's Place that I showed you guys earlier. This specific tone of this powder, this is in the color Gobi, and I love this on my skin tone for going over my foundation because it's a lighter color and it's a little more, it's not cooler tone, but it'll help offset the extreme orangeness of my base right now. but I am not going into that just yet because I am concealing under my eyes today. So let me grab that really fast. Same brand, LA Girl. And this one's a little bit lighter. This is in the color Toffee. And I'm just gonna go right in and place it right under my eyes. Not too much. We are gonna blend this out with a small, I wouldn't say a small foundation brush, but this is a smaller like brush of almost the same texture as my foundation brush. It is a tiny bit fluffier. And I like using this. I don't like using something too big under my eyes because it'll like get the concealer all over the place and in spots that you don't want it to be. As you can see, I am blending upward like this into like my sideburn area because that will help create lift in our eye area, and we love lift in the eye area very much so. And once we are done blending with that brush we just used, I like to go back over with this foundation brush and just do a little extra blending. So now that we are done blending out our concealer, I want to go into baking. We are going to use that same powder that I've been showing you guys today by Juvia's Place. You don't want to use too much. We're going to drop a little bit into the cap. Shake it around so it's not a little clumpy. And then we are going to grab this brush, very, very extremely fluffy brush, as you can see. Get a little closer. And I like using this brush because I just like to lightly tap it under my eye. We don't want too much. If you put a little too much on your brush, just tap, tap, and tap, tap under your eye. So now that we have put our baking powder under our eyes on top of our concealer, we are going to go straight into powdering our entire face with face powder. This is the same face powder I showed you guys earlier by Fit Me. It is in the color 360 Mocha. I was going to take a powder brush, but I'm going to take my powder puff and dab right into there. This color, the tone that I'm using of this powder is a tiny bit lighter than my skin tone, and that will also help tone down the orangeness in my foundation. So now that we are powdered all over, I am going to go into blush and contour. The contour I'll be using today is by Too Faced. It is the chocolate bar collection in the shade medium. I kind of wish this is what the front of it looks like. I am so sorry. This is not by Too Faced. It is by I Heart Revolution. My bad, guys. My bad, guys. But this is what it looks like. It also comes with a highlighter. I kind of wish that I had got the dark shade instead of the medium. I was contemplating. I was like, "Ooh, I was talking to my mom. I was like, "Ooh, do you think this is gonna be dark enough for contour?" And I was like, "Oh, it looks. I mean, it definitely is. You can tell it is a little darker than my skin tone, my actual skin tone, but I feel like it could have been a little darker." But we're gonna go in and put contour on with this brush. I like the angle in the brush because that helps really get into those hollows in your cheekbones. So we are going to tap, tap, tap into the contour, tap a little off, do fish face, make sure y'all can see, and start off at the, make sure I can see, start off at your sideburn, your sideburns. And blend downward. I like to contour a little bit above my cheekbones. Instead of going directly in the hollows, I like to go a little above because it creates a little more lift, in my opinion. And ever if the contour you use is ever not dark enough, you can just go back over it with, like, if you have an eyeshadow. I like using eyeshadows for contouring as well, powder contouring. And if you have any darker eyeshadows, you can just like blend it a little bit with the contour that you do have to just deepen it just a tiny bit. And I'm contemplating if I want to do that because this color is extremely darker than I would want. So that is up to you if you wanted to like mix it. But today, I don't think I will do it. I don't think I'm going to do it today, but that is a great tip that you can use. Okay guys, so I lied. I did end up going back in to this, sorry guys, to this darker shade and adding a little bit on top of the contour I had already put. And what I will do that I didn't do before is take the original contour that I had and put it around my forehead and on my jaw line. So I'm gonna go in and do that really fast. So now that we are done contouring, typically when I contour, I like to put a little bit of that lighter, that tiny bit of lighter concealer right under where we had cut our cheekbones. And I like to blend that out just to like give a tiny bit more of like definition to the actual lift. In the original look that you guys will see in the next couple of Life is Strange videos, I did not do this, but I think I want to do that today because I just want a little extra today. So we're gonna go and do that. We're gonna blend that with our foundation brush because it already has that foundation on there, and it will help tone the concealer down and blend it a little better than having it like an extreme, like, oh, it's light down there, you know. So we're gonna blend that, and don't be afraid to blend a tiny bit up into it because that also helps create that lift that we want. But not too much because you don't want to like cover it either, you know? So now that we are done blending out the concealer that we put right under our contour, if you find yourself that you have blended a little too much into your contour, just go right back into your contour and just add just the slightest bit to help redefine it a little bit, and it should be just as new. To set that concealer that we put, because any kind of liquid you put on your face, make sure you set. You can just go back in with your face powder and powder that right on over. That also will blend into your contour powder and look really nice. So now we are going to get into our blush. This is the blush we are using today by Fit Me. As you can see, I love Fit Me as well as Juvia's Place. This is not sponsored, wish it was, hopefully one day. But this is in the color Berry Bay. So I'm gonna take another smaller fluffy brush, a little bigger than the one that we used to blend the concealer under our eyes, and tap tap. I kind of like, I don't want to say a lot of blush, but I like for you to see my blush and how I like to apply my blush. I don't like just putting it in the apples of my cheek. I like to start off with the apples and move upward along with the shape of my contour. And if it blends right into the contour, that's okay. I like that look. If you personally don't like that look, you don't have to do that. You can keep it separated, but that helps give a consistent look in my opinion. And now that we are done with blush, I like to go back in with my powder puff. Don't put any extra on there, and I like to just like, I feel like this helps fuse all the colors that we have going on with the contour and the blush together. Now I would like to get into some eyeliner really fast. I didn't do crazy eyeliner. I didn't, even in the actual look that I did last night, I did not put any eyeliner on the top line because I did not wear any eyelashes. I just used my natural lashes and just did a lot of mascara, and I think it looked really beautiful, but I wanted a little bit of pop with my eye. So what I did last night was I just used some eyeliner in my waterline, and I gave the extra pop that I need, but I think I'm gonna take it a little farther by using the white in my waterline and smudge the black right under the waterline just to give a little smoky effect, and then the white helps pop. The liners that I am using today, the black one is BH Cosmetics, and the white one is NYX. So we're going to start off with the white one right into our waterline. A tip for putting any liner in your waterline, I like to use the powder puff. Pull down, look up, and apply. And now that we have our white liner applied, I'm going to go right under there and put the black liner. I'm not going to go directly with the black liner. I'm going to take a small smudging brush like this and apply it right up under the white liner. Hopefully you guys can see that. I will zoom in if you can. So what we're going to do is tap, tap, tap on there. Make sure you get it on the tip. And I'm going to go right under it. And now that we have applied both of our eyeliners, I have decided that I am going to put a little bit of eyeliner right on the upper lash line, just a thin layer, because I think that it'll help connect the little bit of black that I put, under the waterline and make it more cohesive, if that makes sense. This is by BH Cosmetics. And so now that we are done applying the thin line of eyeliner on our top of our lash line, I am going to go into mascara. The mascara we are using today is by Too Faced. We all know the brand. Hopefully you guys can see that because it is embroidered onto the packaging, so hopefully you guys can see that. But it is by Better. It is by Too Faced, and it is called Better Than Sex mascara. So we're gonna put some of that on. So now that we are done with mascara, we can finally get into some highlights. I love to highlight under my eyebrow bone, and of course on my cheekbones. So we're going to start off with right under our eyebrow bone. We're going to use the highlight that came in this same packaging. I love this. It's like a really, if you have a skin tone similar to mine, it looks so nice on my skin tone. I love it. It's not harsh, but there. And now we're going to get right into highlighting on our cheekbones. We're going to go right on in, right above our blush. I like to connect the highlight between the eyebrow and my cheekbone. And now that we are finally finished with our highlight, we are almost done with this look, guys. Now it's just time for lips. I will be using the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Praline. I love this color. Actually, let me show you like this. I love this color because it's like a nice natural gloss. If you just want to put this on without any lipstick, it looks so nice and natural with a hint of pink in it. Especially if you love nude lips like I do. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And in the video, in the Life is Strange video that I wore this original look in, I only put the gloss on. But today, I'm going to put a little bit of this brown lipstick. This is just a matte brown lipstick that I got from the beauty supply store. Like, it don't even have like an actual brand. It's in the shade Espresso. If you ever see that packaging, that's the kind I'm using. So I'm only line my lips with this. make sure you guys can see. I'm sorry. Maybe like a line down the middle. Not down the middle, but it'll do. Then we're gonna take our butter gloss and apply. And after you're done putting on your lip, this is the finished look. Only thing left to do now is setting spray. The setting spray I'm using today is by Too Faced. I also use a lot of Too Faced, as you can see. Also not sponsored, hopefully one day. But this is the Hangover 1 in 3 setting spray. So we're gonna back up some, make sure our hair is out of the way, and we're gonna spray a generous amount. Really, any setting spray you have, you wanna spray a good generous amount to make sure it really gets in there and blends everything together, and it just creates this nice smooth look. So we're gonna do that right now. And this, guys, is our finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it easy to follow along. Let me know if I could go more into depth with some things, or if I could just go by quicker with other things. Let me know what I could do to improve. I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, if you want a tutorial on how I personally do my brows, since I didn't show that, let me know. I would be happy to show you guys. And yeah, this is the, make sure you can see, this is the final product. I love this look. I love how it turned out. And like I said, I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, bye.